Hi everybody, this is Harry Jacobs for Everything Board Games, and today we're going to have a look at Enchanters. I'm going to do a solo run through. It's an Automa deck that has come out with the East Quest expansion along with the deluxe version of the game. I bought the deluxe version, so I'm very happy to give this a try and to bring to you the Automa solo play. So without further ado, we're just going to go down and start playing. It's an easy game, it's a filler, and I think it's a lot of fun. There's not much of a setup here. You can see it out before me. I have used the neoprene mat. We are not going to be using the whole neoprene mat. We are just playing the basic game, so we're going to basically be in this area here. The crystals and wounds can go up here. If I was playing with multiple players, I would do that. For now, you can see I have a very nice container here with all the crystals and markers that we're going to need. Now today I'm just playing with the cardboard pieces, but there are better quality resin components. Here is the Automa deck, and this is the deck that we will be using against us. It really is nothing but just a deck that removes cards for the most part. It does have a few special abilities, which allows me to interact with the cards. I can always use the card if it goes to the discard pile. I have that option, as well as it also, if I take a rest, I can often use a special ability of the Automa deck. The way it works is basically I'm going to draw the Automa deck and create a market deck. I'm just going to probably put it up here where the wound deck, just in here where you can see it. Or over here, actually, probably you'll be able to see it better. And then what will happen is then we'll just play this game, and we'll go through the rules as we go. I have set up my player board. You can see I start with the Fist and of Enchanting. So if you haven't played this game before, we are mages, and we are going to build our enchanted piece of equipment to fight the monsters that are coming to our village. I have not selected a village yet, but I will do that once I sort of go through that. So the village will go here. We have a deck of cards. We have 4 different decks. We have the Undead deck, and as you can see, there's a number 2. So I am playing a 2-player version, which means I'm only going to play with the cards with number 2. And you can see there is a scythe on top, and we will mix them with the gnolls. These are actually the goblins, the gnolls, and the dracons. And we're going to mash that up, and then we're going to set up a journey track, and we're going to pick a village, and we're going to get on with the play. But that is as simple as the setup goes. Now, there are other features of the game. You can do quests. You have a wound deck if we play with the wound deck. You can have an Overlord variant. So there's lots and lots of options with this game. It's been around for a few years. It is well supported by Mythic Games. So I think it looks like it's going to be a great game. I have not tried it with the solo rules yet. I have played on Tabletop Simulator and Tabletopia, and I have played multiplayer games, but I have not yet tried the solo rules, and that's why we're bringing the solo rules to you. So without any ado, I'm just going to finish mashing things up here, get a village, and we're going to start play. So I've selected the Hunter's Keep. The Hunter's Keep is a city that a village card that I'm going to use in the game. So Hunter's Keep allows me to, after I defeat a monster, I will gain a crystal, and the crystals are represented down here. If I take a enchantment or weapon, I'm going to lose a crystal. That's going to make the game a little bit harder. If I rest, I can take 3 crystals. If I rest, I can heal 1. And now always I can pay 2 gems to use a +1 sword. And for every 3 monsters at the end of the game, I'm going to get 1 victory point. So that is the Hunter's Keep. Now I have shuffled these decks together, and I'll just give them a few more shuffles just to prove that I am being up and honest. I am shuffling a little bit away from me, so I don't know what really is coming up on top. Okay, there we go. Now the way we set up our journey track is that we're going to actually take from the bottom, and we're going to avoid the monsters. So, which seems to be a lot of holiness. So that'll be our first one. The helmet, a protection. And then what we do is we just put all those monsters back on the bottom, and we know that we're going to have those monsters as a continuous battle at the very end of the game as we go through and finish this card. Up here is the graveyard, so any card that go to the graveyard, typically what happens is I'm going to journey away from the city. You can see the cost of buying the cards go up with gems. So the bolas, for example, don't cost anything. And they give me 1 shield. We don't have a lot of attack right now. We'd have to go down to the of Glory. Now you can tell it's an enchantment because it has a little eye right there. A weapon would be like this helmet here. And you can see a little anvil. That represents a weapon. So I will journey from the city out. And when monsters start to show up, hopefully we'll be powerful enough to take them on. We have a little tracker so I can keep track of my power and my defense. There are things that break defense and break weapons. And we'll come across them as we play the game. I have the rules over here should I need it. I got my handy cam. If I want to let you look at a card. Now don't mind the little red dot. The little red dot is because it's showing me that it's on. And I sleeve. Therefore it gets reflected back. I am OCD about sleeving. I spent the better part of 2 or 3 days, about a half an hour to 45 minutes a day, sleeving the 1,018 cards that come with it. So we're going to play the game. So let's get started. I go first. And my first decision is, where do I want to journey to? We have a couple of choices, but remember, every time we buy a weapon or armor, we're going to have to pay an extra, as well as a enchantment. We have to pay an extra crystal. I'd like to get this one, or this one. This is going to cost me 2, which means it's 1 plus the travel, which is 2, because of the extra. But that's fine. So we're going to take my first 2 crystals. 1 for going to this spot, and 1 because I have to take that. And now we have a pickaxe over here for you to see. So there is a pickaxe. You can see it has 1 strength and 1 shield. So we're well on our way. So we have the pickaxe, but we have no enchantment. It is worth 1 victory point. And if I can rest to discard this card to take 11 gems, should I want a lot of gems. But that's only good until I put another enchantment on top of it, and then it will be buried. When we've done journeying, we're going to move our market down, and we're going to pull the top card. We don't have a monster yet. And then we're going to pull the first card of the Automa, which is going to say we're going to get rid of that card there. We'll just put him up here, just so you can see where he's going. I can use a rest, and I can take 1 wound and pay a gem to journey to the market for the top card. That's the only card we have right now, and I don't have a lot of gems, so I don't believe we're going to do that at this point. We're just going to put that up here. It comes back to me. We're going to get a new card. The first monster is a gnoll. We'll just put that under here. It's probably a little easier to see. You can see that it is 3 strength to kill, and I will take 3 wounds. Now, the goal of my game is to get 50 points before when the deck runs out, but we subtract wounds from that amount. So if I take too many wounds, we're going to have to be very, very careful here. I have a defensive one, which means I'm only going to take 2 wounds for now, but I don't have enough strength. I only have 3. So I'm going to have to take, I think this enchantment looks very interesting. So I'm going to spend 1 plus the 1 I have to spend because of the particular Old Hunter's Keep. And I'm going to take the Of Glory. And I'm going to get 1 victory point for every 3 monsters. Let's put that under there. Of Glory. So this becomes the Pickaxe of Glory. As you can see now, barely, is that I actually have 2 strength and 2 defense. But I am out of cards, gems basically at this point. You can see there's another monster. 5 wounds and 5 wounds to kill him, and I'm going to take 3 wounds. I don't see anything on this track at this point that is going to allow me to defeat him at this point. If I take this one, it's going to cover up. I'm going to get extra shielding, but I don't have any wounds. I may take it anyway, but the effect isn't really all that good. So, but it is the Automa's turn. He is going to go after the last card again. And it says, in a rest, take a wound and pay a gem. Journey to the market for the top card. I don't want to take a wound, and I don't want to play a gem for that particular card at this point. So we have a scythe coming in on this. We have a scythe coming in on the 6th space of the journey marker. It is my turn. I have 1 left. I can't really afford to do anything. I can take 3 gems if I rest, which is probably what I will do. What happens if I rest is that I'm going to take this card. It's going to go up into the graveyard. Everything else is going to move over. Everything else is going to get a little bit cheaper. Ooh, of strength. But unfortunately, it costs 5, and if I have to pick it up, it really costs 6. But we'll see what happens. The ultimate goes. You can see he removes the 2nd helmet. Everything gets a little closer. We have another big-ass monster. Pardon my French. But I did say it is mature content. I would really like to get this scythe. It would cost me 4, which I have enough of right now. So I am going to spend the 4. Remember, 1, 2, 3, plus I have to actually spend an extra. So I have no money whatsoever, but I am taking the scythe. And now I have a Scythe of Glory. I have 1, 2, 3 strength with 2 shields. I do have enough now to actually take this guy. We have an ogre coming up, easy to kill, but you're going to take a lot of wounds for him. So we're going to remove this card, which is this card here. I could take 2 wounds to take this card. I don't believe there's any benefit at this point. Now I cannot even interact with this guy at this point because it still costs me to journey out. So I am going to take 3. This card is going to go into the graveyard. Pardon my way of doing that. Everything moves down. Now I'm taking a risk that I am going after this card, and I'm taking a risk that the Automa is not going to take it away from me. And he does not. He is going to go after the 4th card. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could take a wound and discard any card and to journey to the market for the top card. No, thank you. Actually, it's not bad. Lots of 5 experience for that. But I'm okay for now, I think. We'll just play it kind of straight up. 1, 2. Must have forgot to refill. It is my turn again. And what am I going to do? I've got 3. We have an extra shield here. This is +1 against undead. I wouldn't mind this, but it replaces that. So you have to be careful as we go because we replace things as we go. So I can actually weaken myself by taking the of strength. It gives me lots of strength, but it takes away one of my defense. But I think that's okay. So I am going to spend the 2, and I'm going to take the of strength. And now we have lots of strength. We have 1, 2, 5 strength, but we only have 1 defense. And you can see this goes up and down as we play the game. That would be nice to get. Oh, and I forgot to say, when I took the scythe, I actually needed to take 3 wounds. Lucky me. So I'll just correct that. The Automa will go. And he's going to get rid of this, which is unfortunate because I wanted him. I could take wounds. To take this guy, I get 1 for each shield. Well, so far I don't have a lot of shield if I take this guy, so we'll just let that go. We have a monster way down here. I could journey to the graveyard once I have a leash, which is always good. Don't really want the trap because I would have to take 6 poison and give it to another player. There's not a lot of point in that. We do have a monster here that has only 1. So this is the guy we want to get to. Unfortunately, I don't have enough crystals for that. So we're going to take a rest action. It's going to allow me to take 3 crystals. I do have to bail this top card, and we'll move it over. The Automa is going to go, and he's going to get rid of the second card, which is the guy that I actually wanted to kill. Moves it on over. I'd love to get a little more defense at this point. Of poison. Lots of strength, but just I have to take 6 poison. That would be this card here. The of poison enchantment. As I fumble it. There we are. I certainly don't want the trap. The fireball would weaken me, but I don't think too badly. I'd really like to get some shielding here. But you know, it's okay to let this one go because I'm not going to take it to get 3 more, and this becomes free. So let's let this go into here. I'll take 3 more crystal, and we'll move these down, and it will be the Automa's turn. And it will be the Automa's turn in a sec. So, it is the Automa's turn. In a blink of an eye. So, we are looking to get rid of that card, which is too bad. I think that would have been a good card. So that takes 6 to defeat, and I have 1, 2. I only have 5, so I really can't defeat this guy. This guy gives me extra defense if I want it. But I would cover up the 3, so there's no way I'm going to get that. I could kill him conceivably by using the 2 gems for +1. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could play 2 gems plus the 3 gems to go there. I'm going to take 3 wounds. He is worth 4 victory points. It kind of balances out to take all those wounds, and I can always get rid of wounds. So let's do that. So I'm going to actually spend 2 to get a +1, which will give me 6. I have to pay 1 for the journey. 2 of these plus 1 for the journey, correct. So that's 3. I'm going to take 3 wounds. So we're going to take a 5 wounds, replace it with the 2. And I'm going to take the leash and put the leash here. Right now I'm probably balanced out to like not a very good balance here because I have to hit 50. The leash card allows me to journey to the graveyard, which means I can take the top card of the graveyard if I'd like it. I don't see why I wouldn't. It's of holiness. It does cover up my +3 strength. So right now I have back to 2 strength and 2 defense. The Automa is going to get rid of the 4th card. That's the of poison, which is good because I really don't want that. I really would like to get down here. Plus, this gives me +4 against undead. I don't have any undead coming, and this one's going to give me... I don't have enough to kill him. Well, I do, but I don't have enough to get him yet. So I am going to actually... I'm going to rest for 1 turn. I'm going to actually clean up, get rid of one of my wounds. This gets rid of the top card into the graveyard. Okay, the Automa is going to go. Again, he is going to take the 5th card. Oops. Sorry about that. I have a green screen here, as you can see, which allows me to do that. Sorry about that, folks. So I will take the 5th card. It goes on the market. This is a different card. This is what the market is, where the Automa cards go. The graveyard is where it falls off, or I have to discard a card perhaps. So we've got some good stuff coming up here. I'd like to get an undead monster if I could. I could take a necklace that allows me to discard to take 7 gems. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to let it fly again to clean up 1 more of these. The Automa comes along. He's going to get rid of this card. Oh, I didn't move it. Oops, that's fine. Sometimes I forget that I'm supposed to move the cards. What can I tell you? My turn. I am actually going to battle him. I have 3. No, I only have 2. This would be a great one, but it breaks the shield too. But it gives me lots and lots of strength. It's not really worth victory points. Whew. That's a tough one, and I can't get to there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend... I have 2. So I'm actually going to spend the 2 crystals to get the +1 from the city. My villagers are coming out and going, woohoo, we're going to help you. And then I'm going to take this guy. He is going to apply his wounds first. I take 3 wounds. I have 2 shields, so I am going to take a wound. And then I'm going to be able to put this into my bio. Now you may notice here there is an undead sign, and there is some reactions to that. But for now, we'll just move all our cards down. We're going to turn up our last Automa card, which is going to take the second card, which is this hammer, and puts it in the market. We're going to move these cards down. It is my turn. I do like this axe. We don't have a lot of monsters coming up, but we have a couple of good things coming. Actually, if I was really smart, I'd go here, take this, and then come back for the axe. But I don't have enough... That's not bad, though. I do need some shielding, though. Wow, this would be ultimately really good to get, this monster with shielding. It takes 6 to kill him, though. I don't think we're going to get there with that. So I'm going to pay the 1. I'm going to take this axe first. And I have deal 1 damage to other players for every 2 swords. So in this game what happens is, because I'm playing solo, I am going to actually do a wound to the Automa, but this counts as a victory point at the end. So even though, we'll just put that up here, we know that it's the Automa, and he will take, that will give me a victory point. Like most games, I'm probably going to do terrible. So, I am going to get rid of that. It is almost there, and it says, use a rest, take 1 wound, and discard any card to journey to the market for the top card. That's a lot of strength, but boy, that's crap for, that's not good for shield. Ultimately, I think I'd like to get here. I've got 2 shields. I'm going to need 6. Oh, and I forgot to bail the 4th card here. There we go. So ultimately, this would be a good one to get. Or even the snake would be a good one to get. Ammonia 2. This one gives me some wounds. I can take some wounds in order to get that card. It would cost me 1, but I would have to let this one go, and that's worth... Discard this card for +5 shield. Yeah, if I discard that card, it's going to go up there, and I don't get the benefit of the victory points, which is 1 for every shield. Huh. If I take this card, it is going to cover up. It's going to break one of these. So really, I'm still at 2. But once we cover up. So, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend the 1 because of the hunter effect. And I'm going to put that here. So I'm 1, 2, 3 minus 1. So I'm still at 2. But I can take a wound and give it a +4 strength if I want. Ooh, the dragon turtle. There we go. Now, the Automa says, too far to bother. Take 2 wounds, journey to market for the top card. I could do that. It's worth 2 victory points, but I'd have to take 2 wounds. So it washes out, but I do lose the 5th card. Now that's another of glory. That would have been nice. Well, I could take the rest action at this point to actually take 2 wounds, though, but it doesn't give me victory points. Okay, I am going to take this because I do need some gems for the 3 gems. The Automa is going to come up and he's going to get rid of the 5th card. It's got 4 victory points. This one might be worth doing that. However, I really would like to battle this guy. It's 6 strength. I have 2 shields, so I wouldn't take any damage. I have 1, 2, 3, but I don't have anything that's going to... I only have 2 strength, and I have nothing that's going to give me more strength. Huh. So, well, the other thing that I could do, and that's just going to take away another strength if I go here, but it does give me 2 victory points. So actually, and it's not undead. Oh, I can take a wound for 4. There's of sacrifice. Perfect. So I am going to take the wound. I'm going to attack this guy. I have enough defense to not take any wounds that he's going to give me. I've got the +4, +2 is 6. Perfect. He's going to go in my pile. He does give me an extra shield, so my shielding goes up. I'm still a weakling, but a little better off than I was. Will I get 50? So there we are. I'm going to lose the 4th card. I can use a rest action to take a wound and discard any card. Don't really want to discard too many cards. I could discard the strength. The journey to the top market card. Actually, that sounds great. So actually, I am going to do that. So I am going to rest. Oops. Put that in the wrong spot. Oh, that is the market card. Actually, I don't know, because I don't want to take that particular card to take this card. Take a wound for 2, eh? I think I can do better. Okay, so it's my turn. I still only have 2 defense and 1. Well, that's enough for this card. I don't have to do anything for the journey. So we'll take this card. However, it does decrease my strength once again. Oh, we have a manticore coming up. I wonder if I can build strength from somewhere. See, there's nothing here that's going to give me strength at this point. I have 1, 2, 3. I will only take 3 wounds for 2. Yeah, okay. I don't need 1 to kill him because he's a wimp. Okay, so I'm going to take the 3 wounds. Though that's getting up there, but it is 5 strength for that particular guy. So I'm going to take this. Automa says, number 2. Oh, I have to swap. Oh, I never did that. So I missed the rule here. I should have swapped a card with the journeys. This card's been out here for a while. So we'll just not worry about it. But the rule basically said is if it's a skeleton, swap a card for the journey trap with the top card of the graveyard. And I didn't do that. Forgive me. It is back to me. I don't think I have enough to do anything with this guy. It's too bad he's worth 4. But I have like 1 strength. Got some good defense, but 1 strength. I am going to let him drop off and take 3 crystals. And hopefully that something's going to come out that is worth something that's going to give me some strength. Oh, Out Fear. That would give me some strength. And I can discard a monster for +5. But he's way down here. It cost me all 6 to get at him. And I don't have enough strength. I could kill this guy. I've got enough defense not to take any hits from him. Because I have 1, 2, 3. I would have to pay the townsfolk to come and help me. I only have 1 strength, but I only need 3. So I'd have to pay 4, okay, which is fine, I think, out of the 6, which will give me 2 back. 1, 2 to give me this card. Now I could take the top card of the graveyard, which is worth 4. So actually, oh, that's the skeleton, isn't it? No, I can't do that because it should have been... Oh no, okay, that triggers when I take it. So, oh no, that triggers when it goes down. Swap a card from the journey card with a card on the graveyard. Okay, so I can't do that. Let me check the rules, guys. Let me check the rules. Okay, according to what it says is I have to swap a card from the journey. I have to swap a card from the journey track with the top card of the graveyard. So I'm going to put the turtle. Maybe I can get something going here. I'm going to swap him with the Manticore. There we go. We're going to move it down. Next card. We're almost done the game. It is the Automa's card turn. You can see he's going to take the 6th card. Fifth card. Sorry. Whoa, there is a. We are down into the big dragons at the end of the game here, and don't think I have enough strength to do anything about them for the most part. I have enough strength to take the. I have enough strength to do something about him. I'm going to take 3 hits though. Oh no, 1, 2, 3. Nope, I will take 1 wound, and I can steal a crystal. And if you steal a crystal in a solo match, it basically says comes from the bank. So we're going to do that. I am going to take 1 wound. And I get to steal a crystal. Giving me 3 crystals. Take another card. We got nothing but monsters. And I don't have enough strength to do anything about them. That will cover up the buckler. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to play the 1. And I will do this. So I'm back up to 3. Okay, I'm back up to... I'm still at 2 strength. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 defense. Okay. So I have an undead down here, which is good. Because I have lots of strength to do something about him. And I do have some of these. So let's just see what we can do here. I do not have enough to take care of him. No, unfortunately, I only have 2 strength. So for my turn, I think the best move for me is probably to look at taking a wound off. This is going to take the top card off. This guy is going to go. He is going to take the end card gone into his market. Now this one allows me to play a gem, take a wound and pay a gem to take the top card of the market. So I am going to spend 1 for the enchantment here and take the of death. So now we have the Buckler of Death. It does give me an extra defense, but I have little to no offense here. But it does give me an ability to gain a victory point for each one of these. So, not bad. We are going to remove the second card, which is a big dragon. We are playing with the Dracon deck. We are almost out of cards, which will trigger the end game. 11, I can't do anything about him. 5, I only have 1, 2 strength. Don't have any gems. What I might do is do what I did before. Is I will heal a wound and try to get rid of some of these wounds on the way out. Which means I do have to put this guy into the graveyard. We should have pretty much nothing but cards come out. So we must use up all these cards. I don't have enough defense. I don't have enough gems. And it is the Automa, actually, anyway. He is going to remove the 4th card. I could take a wound and discard any card to journey to the market for the top card. Actually, that might not be a bad idea, actually. The strength card doesn't do me any good, so I'm going to discard a card because it doesn't tell me what card. I'm going to put that up here to take the... I'm going to take a wound, though. But it does give me 2 victory points, even though I do that. Okay, the Automa is going to take his turn. He takes the nearest card. This one is actually says the 6th card, but because there is no 6th card, the rules state that he will take the closest card. It is my turn. I still don't have a lot of strength. Would love to get that card. I can't. Okay, I'm going to rest to get rid of a wound. The Automa. Down the last 2 cards for the Automa. If I can pick them up, I'll be good. I cannot. There we go. It is the 6th card. I could pay a gem to take the top market card if I want. For my turn. So he's going to discard this card, which does have 1 for every 3 monsters. Which may not be too bad. So I'm going to use a rest action to take a wound. Pay for my gem. My last gem. And take this card from the market. And then the Automa is going to take the last card is the 2nd, which happens to be conveniently the 2nd. It is my turn. There's nowhere to go. It's the last card. All I could do is get rid of a wound. And that is the end of the game. So I'm going to tidy up a little bit, and then we're going to come back and do the final score. Will I hit 50? I don't think so. So after a quick count of all my cards, I had 1 plus 1 here for the wound that the Automa had. I wound up with 42 points through the various points that are given in the cards here. And we just add the points up. I had 2 cards that allowed me to add the undead symbol here. I'll just put that under this so you can see that a little better. At the end of the day, I had to subtract my 9 wounds. So I wound up with 32 wounds altogether. But that is this game in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the run-through. And if you like this run-through, please give me a thumbs up or give a thumbs up. Subscribe would be very nice. My name is Harry Jacobs, and I thank you for being here with me through this run-through of the solo play of the Enchanters.